Ah, here we go. So word forms, 5 of them. So this first one is page 88. Pal pal. Meant, right? So the first one is, actually, do this first. I'll tell you. So it's page 88, page 168, page 217, page 239, and page 256. So I suggest go and do them first on your own and then watch this video and you can check your answers that way. That's the best way. So here we go, page 88, part 1. The little girl looked on in amazement. Blah, blah, blah. The cows, horses, sheep, and chickens amazed her. So amazement and amazed, ed. 2, my new company developed many advances in computer technology last year. So it's past tense. Developed with ed. Technological developments, plural, are. Means it's plural. 3, doctors need expensive equipment. Blah, blah, blah. Last year, several research companies equipped. That's with the ed, past tense, last year. Equipped. 4, 50 years ago, robots replaced, ed, past tense. Today, the replacement of people. So replaced, ed, and replacement. 5, when Roberto and Maria decided to get married, they happily announced, ed, the news to the family. They even put announcements into the local papers. So you know it's plural, announcements, because in 2 of the local papers. All right, part 2. Here the noun forms and the verb forms come from the same word. So you have to decide if it's verb or noun. 1, Jackie works for a clothing company. She designs, that's a verb. Women's dresses, blah, blah. Her designs are very fashionable. So same spelling, designs, but the first one is the verb, second one is noun. 2, package. The department store always packages gifts. That's the verb. Blah, blah. Today is my birthday, and I received a gift that came in a colorful package. And then the noun, a colorful package. That's the noun. 3, I don't work on weekends. The verb. My work, noun, is only during weekdays. 4, we are not familiar with the city we are going to visit, so we will get local guides to show us. That's the noun. The last sentence, they guide people around the city very well. So verb. So guides is the noun, guide is the verb. And 5, shape. These boxes come in a variety, more than one, shapes. And then the last sentence, if you shape the paper to fit your vase, it won't break. Or actually, that should be negative, the last one. If you don't shape, then it won't break. Yeah. So it's like they're kind of warning you. If you don't shape it, then it won't break, right? Okay, next is page 168. When adjectives become nouns, like adding ness. We've done this before in different chapters. So, number 1, happiness. My nieces are very happy children. They are happiness. So these, so happiness is like an abstract. It's a concept. It's not a real tangible thing. You can't really touch it. The only one of these in part 1 that is possibly countable is 2, is illnesses. That could be countable, but you don't count lonelinesses or shynesses or sleeplessnesses or happinesses. No. Only illnesses are possibly countable. So 2, the teacher left school early because she felt ill during class. Fortunately, her illness seemed to improve. 3, my aunt overcame her loneliness by going out more often with friends. She was very lonely after her husband died. 4. Some doctors think that shy children are born that way. This shyness. So shy and shyness. 5. My father finally went to the doctor because his sleeplessness was so severe, so serious. After several sleepless nights, he was exhausted. And part 2, adjectives become nouns by adding ity. National becomes nationality. Complex, complexity. Could be singular, could be plural, the noun form. So 1, the complexity of math. And then the second part, for example, in contrast, calculus is a very complex subject. 2, one of the most popular fast foods in the U.S. is the hamburger. Its incredible popularity will probably continue. 3, England and the U.S. are similar because people speak the same language. However, culturally there are few similarities and many differences. So that is countable. Similarities. Complexities is countable, but possibly countable, but popularity is not countable. So similarities, that is countable. And 4 and 5, rationality is not countable. And equality is not countable. So 4, under ordinary circumstances, people act in a rational manner. Under unusual circumstances, however, many people's level of rationality decreases. So rationality. And 5, the American Constitution guarantees equality to everyone. In other words, every person living in the U.S. has equal rights. Really? Is that true? There's many times where it's not true. So guarantees equality, and second answer is equal rights. Okay, now going ahead to page 217. That is 217. Again, with meant and adding to change the word from a verb to a noun. Arrange, arrangement. Improve, improvement. 1. Criminologists have made many improvements. Plural. Blah, blah, blah. Criminologists don't improve the accuracy of their work only to catch criminals. Or in this case, it's it's better to use just. So if you cross out only and put just, then it really makes sense. So criminologists don't improve the accuracy of their work just to catch criminals. They also try to help prove that some suspects are innocent. So improvements and don't improve. 2, Jane puts on her makeup very carefully. She believes that makeup enhances, with an S, yes, her appearance. Sam doesn't think that Jane's appearance needs enhancement. 3, one of a police officer's jobs is law enforcement. A police officer not only enforces the law, blah, blah, blah. So enforcement and enforces. So of these, only all these 5 now, these are all countable nouns, but not enforcement. Like you don't say 2 enforcements, 3 enforcements. You can't count that. But improvements, enhancements, developments, requirements, those are all possibly countable. 4, many people work for years on the effective development of new computer software. People usually don't develop simple software programs. They prefer to work on complex and powerful software programs. So that's the negative form. Number 1 and number 3 are the negative forms. Sorry, number 1 and number 4 are the negative forms. And 5, Michelle wanted to work for a new company, but the company requires a master's degree. Michelle returned to school and studied for her master's degree in order to meet the company's education. This one could be singular or plural. You don't know. It could be a requirement. There could be more than one requirement. It really doesn't matter, and it's kind of ambiguous or unclear. But again, all those are countable, possibly, except for enforcement is not a countable noun. And then part 2, next page, 218, when the words, again, the same spelling, same word but different form, could be noun, could be verb. 1, when a couple gets married, they need to have witnesses who attend the marriage ceremony. The people who witness the marriage ceremony, blah, blah, blah. So the first one is the noun, witnesses, with es, and the second one, the verb, is just witness. No change in spelling. 2, the police keep files. That's a noun, plural. And then it's the negative form. So they don't file the information in unlocked cabinets. They keep the information carefully locked away. So files is the noun, and then don't file is the verb. 3, the law classifies murder. Actually, this could be both. This could be murders. It could be plural or singular, because you're talking about murders, but also murder is used as kind of a general topic covering all of them. So again, this is kind of unclear. It's fine. To me, they're both nouns, right? The law classifies. So here, classifies is the verb. Classifies what? Noun. Murders or murder into several categories. For example, so every murder is carefully investigated. So investigated is the verb, is investigated, so the noun is murder. So here we have two nouns. The first one could be singular or plural, but the second one is definitely just talking about every murder, just one of them. Number 4, tomorrow, so future tense. The police will arrest, that's the verb. And then skipping down, the number of arrests has increased, so it's plural. That's the noun and it's plural. So will arrest, the verb, and arrests is the noun. And then 5, doctors and dentists record. That's the verb, no change in spelling. And then such health records, it's plural, and the noun. Okay, and now skipping on to page 239. Again, adding shun or ION, so collect becomes collection, suggest becomes suggestion. Oh wait, sorry, 237. Whoops, 237. Part 1. Again, same spelling, but could be a noun, could be a verb. So drop, number 1, drop. During the night, the temperature drops. That's the verb. And then the sudden drop in temperature, that's the noun. 2, Harry practiced the piano every day over several months. He gained, ed, so it's a long time, started in the past. He gained considerable skill, that's the verb. And then because of Harry's gains in both skill and confidence, so gains in 2 things, so that's why it's plural, his gains. 3, the newspaper predicted a tremendous plunge, is like a drop, a severe drop in oil prices. That's the noun. Sorry. Yeah, a plunge, that's the noun. Because oil prices have plunged recently, the price of gasoline dropped too. So I would say here you put the present perfect tense. Because recently, right? We haven't gone over this, but the grammar point is using the present perfect tense to show that something just happened or happened not long ago, so recently. Okay, so that's plunge, and oil prices have plunged recently. But there's no present perfect on the exam, I'm pretty sure. And then number 4, next page. Now we're on page 238. When Anna planned her detailed survey, that's a noun, no change. She did not include children under the age of 12. She did not survey younger children because she was uncomfortable asking them such personal questions. So survey and didn't survey, or did not survey. And 5, the students at my school come from a wide range, that's a noun. The language they speak, range. So both, there's no change in spelling. The first one is the noun, second one is the verb. And then part 2, shun again. Collect, collection, suggest, suggestion. Number 1, Michelle wanted to get a full-time job, but her friend suggested she wait until she finished school. So that's ed, past tense. Michelle listened to her friend's suggestion. So suggested, ed, is the verb, and suggestion is the noun, second one. 2, Janet will participate in the school play next week, future tense. She is sorry about her lack of participation. So will participate and participation. 3, Susan has a surprising accumulation of newspapers. She accumulated, ed. 4, I didn't realize how hard Maria works until last week. I came to this realization. So didn't realize until last week, and then realization. 5, John always contributes to class discussions. That's with an ES. His thoughtful contributions. So here, of these 5 nouns, contribution is countable. Realizations, it doesn't seem countable. It seems very awkward if it is countable. Accumulation, no, that's not countable. Suggestions, yes. Participation, no. So only suggestion and contribution are countable. And then the last one on page 256. So adding, if you add ity, it could become an adjective. So fatal, fatality. Creative, creativity. National, nationality. Like that. And some of these could be plural. Creativities, diversities. And to me, the only one that seems like it could be sort of not awkward is to be plural is nationalities. So number 1, even though they may be in a large class, students like to receive individual treatment. That's adjective. Everyone likes to preserve their individuality. That's the noun. 2, people can demonstrate creativity. The noun. For instance, some people have creative ways. So the noun is first and then adjective. Sorry, the adjective is first. Demonstrate creativity and then have creative ways. 3, in a typical ESL classroom, you will find students from a wide variety of countries. See, ESL, remember? ESL is English as a second language. So you're in the country where they speak the language outside the classroom. So that's why there's many people from different countries. Whereas EFL, English as a foreign language, like our class, if you go outside the classroom, you don't speak the language. So there's not going to be a lot of people from different countries in an EFL class. But in this case, in an ESL class, there will be. So you'll find students from a wide diversity of countries. That's the noun. In fact, even if students are from the same country, they may come from diverse backgrounds. 4, each country has its own national anthem or song. There are students of very different nationalities. That's plural in this class. And 5, there is considerable flexibility in this English program. For example, the days and hours of this class are quite flexible, like our class. Flexibility and flexible. And the last one. Here, this is excellent or excellence. So you can delete the T and add CE. Different, difference. Dominant, dominance. Important, importance. So here we go. Number 1, excellent, excellence. We all strive. Strive means try, really try. We all strive for excellence, CE. Even if everything we do isn't always excellent, we can always do harder the next time, try harder. 2, I haven't noticed any difference. CE. The meals don't taste any different. 3. According to geneticists, brown eyes are always dominant with a T over blue eyes. This dominance, CE. 4. In the past several years, many countries have struggled for and gained their independence, CE. These newly independent, with a T, independent countries. And the last one, the students want to know how much importance, CE. In other words, they want to know how important the homework is to their grade. Okay, good luck. Hope this helps. See you Wednesday, 6:30. Please don't be late. Adios.